Mike Kazinchewicz of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And I almost pronounced his name properly, and I've been practicing for 2 days. It's the first time I fluffed it in probably 3 hours. Lieutenant Robert Meehan of the Royal Canadian Artillery. Jockey Cliff Miyashiro. Jockey Antonio Ramirez. Jockey Jerry Sarka was going to be here today. He was very excited about it, but he fell seriously ill last night, is unable to attend, and we wish him well. In his place, as a last-minute stand-in, we have Ann Buxton, who was indeed a jockey, and she agreed to stand in for Jerry. And last, Constable Mike Williams of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Now these gentlemen and one lady will stand down now, but when you see them form up around the statue later in the program, you'll know that the moment we are waiting for has almost arrived. Now the moment that some of us have been waiting for with apprehension or expectation or whatever, speeches. And the first speech is by Jack on behalf of the Lowe family. They are the donors of the monumental statue entitled So Long Charlie. 6 years ago, a friend of mine in the Crow's Nest Pass, David McIntyre, read Laura Hillenbrand's best-selling book, Seabiscuit, An American Legend, and found that George Woolf was America's leading jockey in the late 1930s and had ridden Seabiscuit in the race of the century against War Admiral. To his great surprise, he also learned that Woolf was from Cardston. He emailed me saying that I should do something to memorialize George Woolf in Cardston. So I replied by email to David that I would like to see in Cardston a full-size statue of George riding Seabiscuit, but that I thought it would never happen because it would be very expensive. That was 6 years ago. At that exact same time, Jack Lowe was thinking precisely the same thing. Except he was not saying someone should do something. In the manner of people of action, Jack was saying, I'm going to do it. And what he did is sitting here before us today. Please welcome Jack Lowe. This is an absolutely overwhelming experience. To see so many people so interested in this George Woolf Seabiscuit story. It's unbelievable. I've written a few little things down here and studied them. I'm sure I won't remember everything as it should be, but anyway, it's our pleasure today to recognize and honor George Woolf, a Cardston-born celebrity, for his many outstanding talents and accomplishments. And his legendary image will live on as long as we have jockeys, horse racing, and beyond. Cardston should be very proud of George Woolf on his rise to greatness. There was no big money or famous parents promoting his career. He earned his fame and fortune with his own grassroots talent and ability. George Woolf and Seabiscuit have gone down in immortal history in the world of horse racing. And such a tribute is seldom achieved. However, in all fairness, we should also acknowledge Red Pollard of Edmonton, Johnny Longden of Tabor, for their contribution
and achievements in the racing world. I feel it should be noted here that 3 of the very famous jockeys in the world of horse racing were born and raised right here in Alberta. Namely, George Woolf, Johnny Longden, and Red Bull. The life of George has been an inspiration to me, and I hope it will be to all of us. George and Seabiscuit were famous in their own right, but when they came together in Pimlico in 1938, in the great match race against War Admiral, a racehorse that was considered unbeatable. He was a Triple Crown winner, beat everything in America, considered unbeatable. The result was George and Seabiscuit defeating War Admiral by 4 lengths and setting a new track record in so doing. As George took off on Seabiscuit and left Charlie Kirsinger riding War Admiral behind, he turned and said, "So long, Charlie," making the famous remark to Charlie Kirsinger as he pulled away. And that is a legend, "So long, Charlie," that has stood the stress of time ever since, and also the name of the bronze. It is my sincere hope that as our young people look at the bronze and learn more of George's life, they may see what can be accomplished if we sincerely set a goal for our life and study and work hard at it, take the ups and downs of success. I think what young George accomplished in his short life should be an example to all of us. It is my hope that the story the bronze tells will be an inspiration to all, and I'm sure George would feel the same. Every once in a while, we see individuals who seem to be born into greatness. Case in point, Wayne Gretzky and a few others who have become stars in their own right. They seem to be born in a field as no others, to excel in their field as no others can. It is our desire that the bronze will be a benefit to Alberta, the Remington Museum, the town of Cardston, and the surrounding area. To me personally, it has been a great ride and a dream come true to research and discover the many achievements of George's life. I wish to acknowledge and say thanks to all who have helped to make this occasion possible. And perhaps the most recognition should go to Don Tony, the master craftsman that built and created this beautiful bronze and the plaques that surround it. I'm sure, in fact I know, that Don searched deep into his talents and ability. And he has the talent and ability, as can be seen on the bronze when unveiled. From all of us, a heartfelt thank you to you, Don. You've been a pleasure to work with. I would also like to recognize Howard Snyder for all his help and untiring efforts in many areas to obtain this site through the Alberta government for the bronze to be displayed. His efforts and enthusiasm have been invaluable. He just gushes with enthusiasm. He has ever since the start. In fact, I couldn't keep up to him. He just... Both Howard and I were in total agreement on this chosen site, which was, as you look at it, the site was doing nothing. But isn't this a perfect location for this bronze?